Well, thank you very much. I hope that has helped to clarify what the strategy and where the changes in Gosport and some of them in Fareham have come from. Before we open up for questions, I just want to bring Stephen in, from Community Health Partnership, and to explain what your organisation does and a very quick overview of some changes and needs.
Good evening everyone, my name is Stephen Didcott and I work for Community Health Partnerships, and we are a company owned by the Department of Health. And this presentation is on PowerPoint, so I'm just hoping the connections still work between front and back. Is all about the work we've been doing at Fareham Community Hospital, which you know is up near Parkgate and Salisbury Green. So, in particular, I'll tell you about the technological advances we've made there. I would say we've got about 300 buildings up and down the country, and some of the learnings and some of the progressions we've made at Fareham, we're going to roll out countrywide. So, in terms of in terms of technological developments, what we've done, can you hear me by the way, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, can you hear me?
Everyone can work.
Thank you. In terms of technological developments, what we've introduced at Fareham is Wi-Fi, electronic bookable room systems, and also occupier utilisation data. So let me explain about each one of those. So we brought Wi-Fi in November 2017. So that provides high-speed service for our clinical users. And Tom, I'd like to talk to you, if I may, about eConsult, because there's no reason why, with Wi-Fi coming into the building, why in the next generation we can't talk about telemedicine and anything else which will actually enhance your service. And then when you walk in the building, the public have got usage of the Wi-Fi facilities. So what's the benefit? So it means that in all our rooms within our buildings, all the workstations, you don't necessarily need to have cables connecting with your technology. So as long as you've got a laptop or a phone which picks up Wi-Fi, you can get a connection. It also means we've got a number of meeting rooms and bookable rooms in Fareham. So it means that they can become connected. So we don't need to have computers with cables and plugs. As long as the people who use those rooms have got technology which can operate with Wi-Fi, then you can get connectivity. It also enables Occupy, which I'll tell you more about in the next two slides. And of course, Wi-Fi is generally a benefit to all public access. So that's Wi-Fi. We've also brought in our electronic bookable room system. So we brought that in late 2017 when we rolled it out throughout the year. And it means that within Fareham Community Hospital, we've got a number of bookable rooms which are there to be used is transit working. So a consultant who wants to use a room, or one of our service providers who wants to use a series of our rooms, that's what they're there for. So it's for those services which are needed, not all the time, but some of the time. And the electronic bookable room system is a bit like when you order a flight seat, or if you book a room through Premier Inns, you can go online, you can make your bookings up to a year in advance, and also you can see, cancel, and also amend your bookings because service changes from time to time. So the benefits of that is that the commissioners and the service providers can actually look at the data. So the clinical commissioning group are actually paying for the space. So it's quite useful to be able to explain to the CCG who is actually using those rooms and how effective they're using the rooms. And last line, room booking data can be compared with the Occupy data. So let's look at Occupy. What is Occupy? Now we're showing this is being used in a workstation, but the same applies, it could be used in a room. So it's a sensor within the room or a workstation which tells us when a room is being used and how long it's being used for. People who visited Fareham Community Hospital could be forgiven for thinking that the place could be occupied more. Well, this is what this technology will actually help us clearly identify. So it's being rolled out just in the last couple of months in Ferrum, and we're rolling this system out through a number of our buildings countrywide. It's Wi-Fi enabled, so that goes back to one of my earlier slides, which says that Wi-Fi helps to connect with Occupy. In Ferrum, we've got 81 single sensors, and we've got 10 floating sensors, so fixed and floating, you can imagine what they mean. And also it's a footfall counter. So therefore that tells us at any one point in time how many people are in the building and how many people have come into the building over the month. So that will be a useful comparison with the data which you were explaining just now, Tom. So the benefits is that we can accurately assess how the building is being used. It doesn't mean to say that we can actually use it more. It just gives data which we can then pass to the commissioners and also the centre managers. This is just a glimpse of what Occupy can do. So this detail is so small, so I'm not expecting you to be able to see this, but this one of these screens will actually tell you how the rooms are being used. What organisations are using the rooms and also what services are using the rooms. And by clicking the button just there which says heat map, wow, you get this. So blue is bad, red is good, and yellow and green are kind of in the middle. So straight away we can see the rooms which are not being used very well at all, the blue rooms. So that's Occupy. And I spoke just now about the fact that Occupy can actually determine the footfall within the building. So you can see in an average week in August, it was 2,699, and then for the first month it was 13,500. August. So you can imagine that in September and October those values should go up. So that's the sort of data which we can share with not only the clinical commissioning group but also our service providers. So what do we do next? Well, we analyse the data, we talk to the organisations about how well or perhaps not they're using the facility, and also we will carry on doing studies around space to find better ways of using the building. And of course, it gives us an option. If we feel we've got capacity at Ferrum, we can start to ask questions in terms of is there a voluntary sector or even charitable organisations which could use the building. So there you go, Stephen Didcott. I'll take your questions later on if you haven't. Thank you.